Welcome everyone to my presentation about my Webquest on demand and supply. I would like to explain and demonstrate to you how my Webquest works and how you can use it as a teaching tool in the classroom. To go to the Webquest, just copy the address above onto your address bar at either Internet Explorer or Mozilla Firefox, or you can copy this and paste on your address bar and press go. You are now on the title page of the Webquest. On the left hand side, you will find the pages that this Webquest contains. The first one is title, introduction, task, process, evaluation, conclusion, and teacher page. Whichever page you want to go to, just go on to that page and left click on it. Firstly, I would like you to go to the author page. Click on it. My name is Jyoti Rani from Fiji. Location Nandi. I am currently completing my BA in Accounting and Education and my profession is teacher. To know more about me, you can connect with me on Facebook. I designed this Webquest as an assignment for my ED 350 course. Now let us move on to the teacher page, which is very important for the teachers. You are now on the teacher page. Here you will find a brief description of why this Webquest was created. This Webquest was created for Form 5 to 6 level students in the South Pacific. It comes under the subject of economics and is related to the broader topic of microeconomics. I have found while teaching economics to my Form 5 level students that demand and supply is an important topic as it creates the foundation of all other topics in economics. As economics teachers, we all know that the problems related to supply and demand are a problem in nearly all topics in economics. I sincerely hope that this Webquest will help the students understand the concepts related to supply and demand better, since they won't be able to understand any topic in economics without some ideas on this topic. While teaching this topic, I recommend that teachers take at least 2 periods and a lesson plan can be developed with this Webquest in mind. The students can be given this site address as a reference so that they can get a picture of what will be taught before they actually start their lesson in the classroom. Students can be asked to download the focus questions and then do it in class in groups of 3 to 4 students. The notes are also in PowerPoint and video format to make it easier for the students to download and print or save to computer. Now let us look at the objectives. At the end of this Webquest, students should be able to distinguish between demand and supply, differentiate between what happens when there is a change in demand and a change in quantity demanded, and differentiate between what happens when there is a change in supply and change in quantity supplied. Some of the resources that are needed while doing this Webquest are computers with internet access, MS Word, MS PowerPoint and PDF reader, a ruler, rubber and pencil, and ruled foolscaps. You will also find a quiz in Resource 1 which is in PDF format and can be given to students as a test to see if they have understood the topic. The solutions to the questions are in Resource 2. Resource 1 and 2 can be found at the bottom of this teacher page. That is Resource 1 and Resource 2. You will also find an answer booklet and answers to the tasks in the process page. Now that you have got a brief summary of what the Webquest contains, Let us move on to the introduction page. On the introduction page, you will find a short story about a woman named Janet who went shopping and was shocked to find that there was no butter in the shop. The shopkeepers told her that butter was out of stock. Janet does not understand why this has happened, and disappointed she buys margarine. She then goes to the market and sees that there is excess supply of dallo and that the prices are very low. It is a surprise because just 2 weeks ago she had bought dallo for double the price of what it costs now. Students are now required to go onto the task page, but before doing that, they can view the video on supply and demand on the introduction page. To go to the task page, either click on next page or scroll up and click on the task page. On the task page, you will see what the students are expected to do. That is, it is their job to explain to Janet why some products in the market are available in abundance while others are not available at all. They are also required to grasp the principles of supply and demand. They can do this by completing the tasks set out below. There are 3 basic tasks. The first is have a good understanding of supply, demand, and equilibrium, and know what surplus, shortage are, and when and why do they occur. The second task is to distinguish between changes in demand and changes in quantity demanded, and know the factors that influence a change in demand and how these factors initiate a shift in the demand curve. The third and final task is to distinguish between changes in supply and changes in quantity supplied, and know the factors that influence a change in supply and how these factors initiate a shift in the supply curve. Now that you are aware of what is to be done, you may proceed to the process page, which contains the resources and guidelines that will help you achieve these tasks. The process page enables students to achieve the tasks set out on the tasks page. Students are given instructions as to how to complete the tasks. The instructions are to divide into groups of 5, and since there are 5 focus questions for each task, each member will answer 1 question from each of the tasks. You may choose which question you would like to answer, provided that each question is being answered by somebody. For example, John will answer question 1 from task 1, question 3 from task 2, and question 5 from task 3. If there are less than 5 members, then students can volunteer to answer 2 questions. After making a note of which questions they will be answering, the students can go back to their computer and start answering the questions. It is wise for them to answer questions in complete sentences of 2 to 3 sentences. Students are also given guidelines as to how to use the resources. There are videos and slideshows provided with each task, which you will need to refer to. You may use either or both at your convenience. Just click the link and the appropriate resource will open up. The videos use animation to provide clearer explanation, whereas the slideshows can be downloaded to your computer for future reference. Both cover the same concepts. Up till here, if the students do not understand, it is wise for them to ask you, the teacher, on how to proceed further. Now let us quickly look at the tasks. The first one was find out the difference between supply and demand. The focus questions are given: what is supply, what is demand, when is the market at equilibrium, when does shortage occur, and when does surplus occur. The resources are also given. There are slides and videos which students can use at their own convenience. They are required to watch the videos or slides and find out what demand and concepts related to it. Look for the question number that you are supposed to answer and write it down. It is wise for students to write down the questions because they would not want to keep coming back to the web page again and again. Now let us move on to task 2. Distinguish between changes in demand and changes in quantity demanded. There are also 5 focus questions given here and slides and videos for students to watch. Question 3. Distinguish between changes in supply and changes in quantity supplied. The resources are given, slides and videos, and the focus questions. Then the students are told what to do next. They are to go into their groups and discuss their findings with each other. They are also given a short quiz which they can either do in their own time or you can help them do in the class. The same resources are also given at the bottom of the page as resources. The students can either use the ones that are included in the task or they can scroll down to the resources. After completing this, they may proceed to the evaluation page to award a score to your group for this activity. You are now on the evaluation page. Scroll down to the evaluation rubric. The tasks are already written there and the scores for each task. That is, task 1 is awarded 10 marks, task 2 15, task 3 15, and the quiz at the end on multiple choice is 10 marks. You can advise your students to give their answer sheets to each other in the groups so they can mark each other's work, or group 1 could mark group 2's work and group 2 could mark group 3's work, and so on. On the evaluation page in the resources, you will find answers for the task questions in the process page. Now that we have completed the Webquest assignments, let us go on to the conclusion. The students have now reached the conclusion page, where they are supposed to go back to the introduction page and try to answer the question about the problems faced by Janet. There are some possible answers given. Now, after completing this Webquest, I hope the students have understood the mysteries of the market forces of supply and demand. And as teachers, I hope you have found this Webquest to be interesting for your students and can be used in the classroom. You can click here to print out or save a copy of this Webquest to your computer, or download the conclusion only here. And before going, do remember the URL for this Webquest, which is at www.zunal.com. The Webquest number is 115853. I hope you have enjoyed my presentation. Thank you for listening to it. Goodbye and have a good day.